watching Community Roundup and I'm Vikas Nangia. The Indian American Forum for Political Education, IAFPE, known as Forum, is the oldest and largest Indian American organization for political education in the country and is nationally recognized for its outstanding work in political empowerment process for the 2 million strong community. Established in 1982, the forum has 22 chapters spread across the nation, and amongst them is Massachusetts chapter. Recently, the IAFPE Massachusetts selected its new board members. TV Asia's Jarna Madan was in conversation with them.
Sanjay, many congratulations and thank you for talking to us. Tell me something more about the forum and what all you do.
Thank you, Jarna. The forum represents the Indian American community's political interests. The idea behind the IFP-MA is to be a catalyst in increasing the general awareness there in the involvement of Indian American community into the political process. The second main objective, I would say, is to give an opportunity to the Indian American community here to interact, to get to know good speakers, especially who can address and make it a two-way listening process between the political class and the contingency around, so that we can have some sort of a political dialogue and raise our concerns. And probably the third important reason for us existence is to extend the reach into the youth, the next generation, and our flagship program, the internship, is what we highlight about. We want to give an opportunity to the college students or even the high school students to have an opportunity to work with the political class so that they can get exposed to this kind of environment, and down the road hopefully some of them will continue to work in this area.
What is the role that the forum plays in the Indian American community here?
So, Charna, we have a lot of art and culture and organizations that get our kids involved in art and culture. We have a lot of social events. And I think the Indian American community has created enough awareness about our art and culture and our food through our restaurants. But I don't think that there is any awareness amongst the politicians about Indian issues. I think the forum will try to highlight those, but before we can highlight them, we need to talk to our own Indian community and find out what exactly are the issues. So the forum really plays a different role. I think that we've graduated as a community from our art, culture, and food, which is very important to the Indians. But I think we've now graduated from those basics to getting our voices heard in the political arena. So I think the forum is going to play an important role, and particularly in this year, the year of election, I think it is important that we all get together, get involved. We want everybody to get involved, and get our voices heard. Whether you're in small business or you're in education or you're in healthcare, I think all different areas are probably going to have some impact or the other. And so we'd like to bring those issues to the forum.
Kunkuji, tell me, what is the demographic that you see in your current executive committee?
Well, thank you, Jarna. The new executive committee that we have here has a very special mix at this point. I would almost call it a magical blend of talents. We have healthcare. We have people from education and teaching, professors. We have the student population. We have people who are in legal, and small businesses also being represented, and non-profit. So we have a cross-section, what we would consider a cross-section of the Indian community at this time in Massachusetts as well. So in that way, we can help identify the issues. And one of the things that we need to do as a committee is to collect some data. Let me give you an example. To map out, say, the state of Massachusetts and look and see, maybe in this particular town there is representation of Indian Americans. However, maybe in these other areas there isn't. So we'd like to use that as a way to be able to then promote what areas we want to look and engage members of the community, and also build our internship program and our fellowship program so we can get the youth involved in those particular regions.
So the goal really is with the IFPE is that we want to really establish that trust that there is a significant way in which you can have a voice in the American political system, and we want to establish that trust. And what's the best way in doing that is to educate the new generation that's coming in about the political process. So we do that through our internship program. So the internship program, that we have puts in places people from high school and college in various political offices, whether it's in the state, whether it's at DC where I got to go. I got to work a lot of foreign policy related issues with Senator Scott Brown in DC. And again, that educated me about the process, but it's not only about me, it's about my parents, because now my parents know that I was there. They get to hear about my experience, my positive experience with the political process. And the third, it also basically allows people from the outside community to hear about my voice. So now you're basically addressing three different people. You're addressing, people like myself who are doing the internship program. You're addressing my parents, my grandparents, my family who get to hear about the positive experience with politics. And third, you get people outside of our community hear about our voice as well.
What are some of the issues that the forum has seen and addressed in the Indian American community?
Well, to be completely honest, we actually don't know what some of the hot button issues are and what are some of the most important issues are that affect the community. Because one of the problems that we see with the Indian American community is that we're not very politically organized and we don't really often speak, as a unified voice. So one of the things that we want to change is get together and really hear from people in the community and see what are some of the issues that we care about, that we want to bring to the forefront of the political process, that we want politicians to care about. So, that might be issues relating to immigration generally, or, issues that affect the healthcare industry or small businesses. But again, we really want to hear from the community and really know, what some of those specific issues are so that we can highlight them.